Hey everybody, welcome to week 2 of the course here. I got some winter scenery up here. Depending on where most of you are living, you've probably been witnessing some winter scenery, so this thought be appropriate, but at least it's nice looking. It's better than if you have to be out in it. But anyway, so welcome to week 2. So far, in week 1, um, discussions excellent. I mean, this is one of the better classes I've seen on the interaction and and actually writing more than a sentence. So I mean that's pretty much how it's supposed to be, how we interact and everything. So you're doing great work on that. Homeworks I've seen very good too. If there was an issue with anything, I would have sent you a message about it. So just make sure you look in the feedback to make sure if there wasn't an issue, that's where it's at. So. But anyway, so great work so far, so no problems, no issues or anything. If there is, just let me know. As far as a little bit of motivation, in life we have different types of people, different types of students, different things that impact our life. One of the things that sometimes we should try to do is like a little self-evaluation, self-awareness, be aware of how we're doing, so we can figure out if we can do things a little better or if we're doing something we need to fix or whatever the case is. So that's why this week I'm kind of talking about, just beware. And also, same thing I mention all the time, school is not something you do once a week or for an hour on a Sunday night or something. It's a lifestyle. Just I use running analogies a lot, but it's like a lifestyle, and you train like there's no finish line. School is a long-term project. I mean, it's not forever, but it's like 2 to 4 years or 5, depending on what you're doing. So you need to make that just part of your daily activity and not, let it go to the wayside. Sometimes we have negative influences in our life, or we have distractors, things, how we prioritize. And, you need to prioritize. If you're surrounded by, negative people, that can have a negative influence. You also just need to look at how do you approach school? Do you approach everything else in your life the same way you approach school? Like I said, some people are great in school, some may not be, having problems. So I mean, how do you approach school versus how do you approach taking your kids? Do you use the same level of of attention or whatever you want to call it? So, but anyway, I just do some self-evaluating, see where you can change things if you need to, or you may not. You may be doing fine and you've already gone through all the bumps in life and you're at a point where, okay, you've learned from those experiences and you can move on. So, but anyway, so like I said, week 1, great, so no issues. Upcoming week 2 here, you got 3 chapters. Chapter 4 has to do with measuring financial performance, and yeah, there's lots of things that go into that, about accounting methods and how we keep track of things and how do we know a company is doing well, be it your own business or a corporation. There's ways to measure that, to look at it and see, and this is how banks decide whether to give you a loan or not. So it all has to do with how is it measured. So. Chapter 5, I think, right? Yep, chapter 5, evaluating. So it's all these chapters are interrelated, and then long-term, short-term planning. So all this stuff is interrelated. Interesting stuff if you're going to be in finance. Maybe not so interesting if it's not something you like, but it is something you need to know if you're going to be running a business, your own business, working for somebody else, and you're going to end up, running part of the business or whatever. So there you go on that. On an it's kind of off topic. I might cover a little more. I seen something in the news about Walmart. Now, if you've been in some of the other economic classes or something like that, things about minimum wage comes up once in a while, and taxes. And since we're dealing with taxes in like in this course, one of the things hit the news. I'll back up. There was a lot of controversy over the new tax plan. There's the left, the right, but Walmart just announced, it was like 2 days ago, that they're raising their minimum wage to $11 an hour from the 7 whatever it is now. And the reason they're able to do that is because of the new tax plan, because they're paying less corporate tax. They can afford to pay the payroll taxes. And keep in mind, that $11, it's more than $11 an hour as an employer. And any of you have experience from the ownership side, if you're paying somebody $10 an hour, you're paying more than $10 an hour in labor because you're paying the associated taxes with that, the payroll taxes. And the payroll taxes are not what's been affected, it's the income taxes on these corporations. So when Walmart says they're paying 11, they're actually paying, quite a bit more. So so that's a good thing on them, social responsibility and all that stuff. So it's kind of off topic, but it's also related to, taxes and, financial and entrepreneurship stuff like that. So as a private business owner, you can, if you don't have to pay as much in taxes, you can afford to pay your employees better. So that's the plus side. So okay, so with that, upcoming week, so you got the discussion again, the homework, same thing, your quiz and so forth. So with that, I'll let you go. Again, maybe Monday, maybe for some of you, maybe a holiday, Martin Luther Day. So have a good weekend and everything when you see this. So, and with that, I'll let you go. Have a great week. My test question is this guy right here. All right, right there. That's me. So what am I doing? Let me know, and I'll let you go. Take care. Have a great week, and yeah, that's it. Bye.